Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Jules Emily here, and before you go any further, please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Also turn your post notification bell on to be notified the next time I post in the future. In this video, I've definitely shown how versatile you can be with this look. So I've went from neutral glossy lips to bold lips to no lashes to lashes to a little bit of color on the lid to look as if I'm trying but I'm not trying, if that makes sense. And this is definitely a video for those who are beginner friendly. Now also, this look may be heavy glam for some and this look may be very neutral for some, but this is my neutral. So I hope you guys do stay tuned to see how I achieve this look, and I hope you guys did learn a thing or two to be able to apply this in your daily routine if you love my flawless base routine. So the first thing I will be starting with is priming the skin, and I'll be going in with my e.l.f. poreless putty primer. The reason being priming is important is because it gives a barrier between your bare skin and products that you're applying on top of it. This is how the inside of the e.l.f. putty primer looks like, and this is the color also, and I'm going in with a generous amount. This is one of my favorite drugstore primer, which is priced at £8. Whole makeup lasts the whole day without me have to touch up. And by the way, I do have oily skin. The next thing I'll be going in is my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Correct Color Correcting Concealer, and this is in orange, and I'll be taking this orange concealer to correct my dark spots. So say for instance, if you have dark spots all over your face and you want to cancel that out, you can definitely go in with a orange corrector. And because I have all my dark spots on my neck, I'll go and correct those. I'm going to take my Peaches and Cream brush, and this is in PC18, and just blend that out. This concealer does dry matte, and to me this is one of the best orange correctors on the market, and it's priced at £4. I don't know if it has raised, but I purchased this for £4. So you can see most of my dark spots has been cancelled out, like you cannot see it peeking through. And this is my more problematic area on my face. Now that that is finished, I'm now going to take my affordable foundation, and it is one of my top 2 foundation, which is the e.l.f. Cosmetics foundation. This foundation is priced at £7.50 and I'm in the shade Cocoa. That's how the color looks like. I'm just gonna dab this all over my face. I am a full coverage type of girl, and this is one of my perfect match foundations that I own, so that's why it's definitely in my top 2. I love a full coverage face beat that will last me from 7 a.m. all the way to 11 p.m. I'm gonna take a clean brush, and this is from Peaches and Cream in the number PC80, and I'm just gonna pat that in. You can see from me applying this foundation, you cannot see any orange underneath it or it changing the color of the foundation. It's just the perfect undertone, perfect everything, to be fair. I usually do go in with my eyebrows first. I don't know what I was thinking, but we're gonna do that next. I guess I got carried away and just hope for the best. You can see how beautiful this foundation applied on the skin. To my eyebrows, I'm gonna go in with a sharpened pencil, and this is my Rimmel London in black brown, and it looks like this, and you can find it at Superdrug for £3.50. So I'm gonna brush up my brow hairs. Ooh, it broke. My brows don't look as neat as it usually is, but as a beginner, you do not have to stress about how your brows look when trying to pencil it in, because you always have to go through an operation of cleanup. So I'm going to do the next eyebrow off camera because I will do a more in-depth brow tutorial. Now that I look very crazy now, I'm going to use this part of the brush to fade the front of my brow hairs so it does not look like a box. Just like that. Now I'm going to take my concealer. Now the purpose of concealer can also be used to color correct dark marks. They can also use it to brighten up areas where the natural lighting would hit your face. So some people like to just do under the eyes, some alone, and then some people would like to do the under eye, the chin, the cupid's bow, and the forehead, nose, etc. And then you have some that just focus right here alone. But for me, I focus it right in the center of my face. So I'm going to take my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Infinity Long Wearing Concealer, Crease Proof. And this is in the shade C12.7. This concealer is priced at £6. And they do have the larger size for £9. So now I'm going to go in and conceal the areas where I usually go in. And that is my chin, on top of my cupid's bow, my nose, this area right here, my forehead, my under eye, and I do it like this. Now I'm gonna take my brush that I use for my foundation. Now in other senses, you can go in with a sponge if you prefer. This is my Real Technique sponge. I do have sponges from Makeup Revolution also, or Elf Cosmetics. They all do sponge. They're all around the same price. I think they're £5. But for beginners, you may not have sponges or a thingy, or you may not want to splurge on sponges right at this point. Or if you do own a sponge, you can definitely go in with a sponge. But I'm going to take my foundation brush that I used already. But sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I am very lazy and I do not want to get up and wet my sponge or whatever the case may be. So I do go in with my same foundation brush. So I'll do that right now. And I'll just pat that out. You can see how nicely the brush has blended it out and how seamlessly there's no harsh line. Now you can go in with a brighter concealer if that's your preference, but for me, I sometimes like to go in with a bright under eye only, but not right around the perimeter, because sometimes when you take that flash photo, boy, it looks ridiculous. But this is how natural it will be for me. Now, I do not own any drugstore or it is affordable, but I don't own any drugstore cream bronzer or powder bronzer currently. Those who like to cream contour, I'm going to go in with my Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade medium. And I'm going to take my brush. On regular, I do not cream contour, but just for those who would love to know how to cream contour for beginner. So I'm going to take this in this area right here. And that's right on top of my cheeks. I don't take it under, because as you blend out, it's going to definitely go underneath. And I don't want my cream contour to reach down on my chin instead of right where it's meant to be focusing at. So I'm going to take that there also. And then I'm going to take one at the draw. Down the nose. I'm gonna now blend that out. Taking the same brush, and I'm just gonna pat it out. And look how seamlessly this has blended in the face already. So the contour, the purpose of the contour is to give you that shadowed look, to give you that pop as if you've lost 10 pounds on your face. So that's basically what we are doing right now, is more to define your face, really. Now you can definitely see the dimension in my face. It's bright in the center and chiseled with the warmth on the outer edges. Now I'm going to go in with my Maybelline setting powder, and this is in the shade Medium Deep 30. And for all my UK or beauty lovers, you can definitely purchase this on Amazon for £8 something. The price always fluctuates, but you can definitely get it there because it's not in our local beauty supply store. And I'm going to take a sponge and I'm going to pat that on. In just this powder is very light, as you can see. So I'm just taking this in the areas that I have concealed. Use my concealer. And I'm going to set my eyelids because I'm not going in with no eyeshadow today per se. I'm just using that to set my eyelids as well. Make sure it's evenly applied, because if it's not, when the flash hits, you're not gonna like it. You're definitely not gonna like it. For my bronzer, which is what I'm gonna use to set my contour, I'm gonna use my Morphe Glamabronze. I'm just gonna tap into that. It's very pigmented, so be very light-handed with this one, and it does have a red undertone, which, to be honest, I've been loving lately. It looks well put together. I'm just using this powder now to set the rest of my face that I have not set, as well as dust off the powder that I have applied on my concealed areas. And this is a skin tone color powder. So you can definitely see everything is coming in place. Oh, look how smooth everything looks. You guys can definitely comment down below and let me know what you guys think of this beginner's friendly look so far. And because I won't be going in with no bright colors, with no nothing, because you guys are definitely beginners, or this video is definitely aimed off beginners, I'm going to take my Morphe bronzer that I've used to set my cream contour. I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills brush to dip into my Morphe Glamour bronzer to do my eyes. Now, the reason why I'm going with a fluffy brush, because I do not want it to concentrate. And this would be the only color I'm going in with, because I want to look like as if I'm trying, but I'm not trying. Do you feel me? I'm going to take my Inglot liner in 77 and a angled brush just to do a small line at the top of my lid, just to give me a barrier between when I'm putting on my lashes. So it's like a tight line I'm doing, nothing too dramatic. Okay, maybe it's going dramatic. And you can definitely take this in your waterline. I'm gonna pop my lashes on. I usually use a tweezer, which is 100% easier for me, but now that I don't have on no nails thanks to quarantine, I'm gonna use my nails. Some people would prefer putting on makeup and leaving it just like this without the liner, etc. But I don't know if you guys can see, from I added the liner, you can see a bit of a dimension of the little bronzer that we've used in the crease. And then some people would prefer with lashes, but for me, preferably, I would go in with lashes. So I'm definitely going to take my next lash and apply that now. I'm now going to go in with my only owned mascara that I own currently, which is the Fenty Beauty Full Frontal Mascara. And this is in Cause I'm Black. Now, another alternative which is really good, and it's drugstore, is Makeup Revolution. The only thing, if you apply too much, it gets clumpy, but that mascara lifts and make you look as if you have on lashes without applying lashes. And that one is priced at £9 if I'm not mistaken, and I ran out of that one, so hence why I'm using this, because I don't there's times when I splurge on a mascara, and then sometimes I just feel like I don't want to spend so much. And I'm sure we all go through that phase. I'm sure. I'm just going on the top first. I'm gonna go in with my Chem Beauty highlight. Highlight is priced at £9, just using remnants on what's left on this. And I'm just gonna take this is an eyeshadow brush, but I'm gonna use it as a highlighter brush today. I'm just gonna highlight the high points of my cheeks. That's where I like the light to hit my cheeks. What? I'm gonna do my Cupid's bow. You can see I am glowing. I'm going to take my Morphe setting spray and I'm just going to spray my face. And then I'm going to go back in with my brush that I used to set my face just to pat everything. So if I'm looking too powdery, whatever the case may be, I just pat that right back in. Or if you feel like the highlighter is too bright, you can definitely use your brush that you use for your face powder and pat that down. And look how gorgeous that looks so far. Line my lips now. And that's my lips lined. Now I'm gonna take my matte lipstick, which is the NYX, work it around. If you feel like you got the lines, you can definitely go back in with your lip pencil and draw back the line. Then smack the lip together like that. Make sure everything is well marinated in. And then we're gonna take the gloss and just pop that on top. Just like that. And then you have it right there, a nice nude natural lip. If you're a beginner and you're definitely a Fenty Beauty fan like myself, you can definitely take your Fenty Beauty Uncencered and your Fenty Beauty Underdog. You've now come to the end of my video. Bye.
Yeah.